experience was amazing. It was beyond what I expected.
We are here to support each other, we're here to guide each other, and to learn from each other.
This is a day for everyone to lift each other up, and it's something I deeply believe in.
Everyone, and welcome to the 6th edition of the Viral Voices Global Mentoring Walks in Miami, and the first one online. My name is Lucy Ugarte, and it's a honor for me to be here. But first and foremost, today's event wouldn't be possible without the help and support of our official sponsors. They are Microsoft, Oracle, FedEx, and Logitech. We are deeply thankful to all of them for making this happen. We'd also like to thank you all participants for attending today. A few technical recommendations. First, make sure you have settled the appropriate Zoom etiquette, virtual background, and name. Secondly, the first part of today's event, which includes 2 great speakers and an inspirational leadership panel, will be transmitted via YouTube. We will share the link for you to open right now, so please follow. Please stay in the Zoom conference, but mute your microphones so that you can enjoy these activities in high full definition. And lastly, we will share some social media tips in our chat if you want to share your experiences with us. Today's main activity will consist mainly in a conversation between mentors and mentees. You will get to know the person you've been paired to, talk about personal and professional experiences, and learn from each other. You will also be entering our annual We Evolution program, which we hope functions as a lighthouse and a safe place for you this 2021. An exclusive program that will help you acquire new skills, connect with each other, and express yourself and prosper. Don't forget, please, to mute your mics just for now, to prevent any interruptions. However, that doesn't mean we are not allowed to interact, and we do want to hear from you. We want you to write now in our YouTube chat where you are attending the mentoring walk from. Virtuality brought us the benefit of being able to connect from anywhere. So please tell us where you are, and if you want to, also share a word that expresses how you feel about this event today. We will be reading all your answers on the chat window from YouTube. So great. Thank you all for following the recommendation. We will now start with our activities. I'm so excited. For the opening of this event, we have Maria Gabriela Tisi, Osh, author, conscious leadership, mentor, founder and executive director of We Evolution, Viral Voices Miami, and of course, organizer of this Women's Day celebration. Welcome to Maria Gabriela Tisi Osh. How are you, Gabriela?
Hi, how are you? I'm super excited to be here. I can't believe that we are making it. Welcome to the 13th walk that I host. Is the 6th one in Miami, and it's the first one virtually. So we are doing our best to do this gathering, and we have a lot of a group of amazing mentors and amazing mentees willing to share, connect, pay it forward, inspiration, connecting with their driving force. So this is about the celebration of International Women's Day. So thank you very much all to make your time and put your energy and time to be here today. So I'm super excited. We hope, because we have a beautiful program and we are running a little bit late because, virtually and that kind of stuff, but we are going to do our best. So let's move, because action, magic happening in action. So please, let's go with our program.
Okay, now we're going to watch a video.
Sorry. Yes, please. Ooh. I want to introduce Alice Nelson, that is a CEO and president of Vital Voices Global. She sent a video for us, so please enjoy it.
Okay, let's watch it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Elise Nelson, President and CEO of Vital Voices Global Partnership. Happy International Women's Month, and thank you all for joining us at our global mentoring walks that are annual. In fact, for the last 14 years, women leaders have been gathering tens of thousands to mentor and connect each other all across the globe. This past year has certainly been unprecedented for us all. We've watched in real time the life and death results of leadership in action. We've seen the disproportionate impact that this global pandemic and economic downturn has had on women. But what inspires me so much is that at the same time, we've seen women rise up and lead us forward as the majority of frontline healthcare workers, movement builders, and even heads of state. At Vital Voices, we know that women lead differently. And what is incredible is to see that the world is finally waking up to that reality, the reality that women are precisely what our world needs. Never before have I been more convinced that our work, this movement of Vital Voices, it's not just important, it is actually urgent in solving some of these great challenges, from climate change to racial justice, to economic inequities, to combating violence against women. Although in past years we may have gathered together to walk and talk, these walks have never been about walking. They've been about connecting, about sharing. So thank you for joining us today to truly be a phenomenal example of women's leadership, of women using our one day of the year, International Women's Day, and throughout Women's Month, to empower others, to celebrate others, to support others on their path. Thank you for using your power, your position, and your voice to empower others. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Alice, for your words. Now, first of all, we'd like you to welcome our guest speaker today. Her name is Donna Orender, and she's a highly respected corporate business leader, having led growth and innovation in several high-profile companies. She has been recognized as one of the top 10 most powerful women in sports and one of Newsweek 100 most influential people in the business of sport, and is a best-selling author with her 2018 release, Wisdom, the Girl's Guide to the Positive and the Possible. And I will now hand over to Donna so that she can share some inspiring work with us. TC, how do you meet each other with Donna? We really want to know more.
I'm super honored that Donna Orender, she's a magical woman. I met her 13 years ago, and she struck me. I was really struck by her humility, her spontaneity, her openness. And of course, I saw her. I don't know, because because we were 30 women from around the world participating in the Fortune Most Powerful program. Wow. And she was one of that woman that for me was a truly inspiration. And so I invited to be here today. And so thank you, Donna, for being here.
Okay, so let's welcome Donna. How are you, Donna?
Hello, good morning. I am so honored and deeply touched. And we heard Elise talk about the power of connection. And Maria, your call, your outreach just touches me deeply. And that's why I think we're all excited about today, because this affords us that opportunity that we had so many years ago in that special moment, and to keep things alive and to build. So let me say good morning, everyone. How are you on this beautiful day? I guess the hard thing about doing something virtual, I can't hear you back, but I can feel you back. How's that? It's been a challenging year, a learning year, a year that continues to alter our usual experiences, as we say today. But Maria, thank you so much for gathering us once again, because the anticipation for this day, for this mentor walk, although it's virtual, to meet women of all ages and experiences is so real. I can feel it. Can you? Sure you can. And of the many things that this pandemic has taught us, it shined its very hot white spotlight on the power and importance of connection. It reminds us just how our humanity and sense of community is built on our very social need to be with others, to be connected as we are today, thanks to the amazing Maria. It is the foundation of Vital Voices. You've heard that from Elise, another extraordinary woman, of empowering women from around the world to elevate their voices, their impact, our impact, to strengthen our inner cores, to become a vibrant energy and force at the core of our families, our communities, our world, and yes, for and beside each other. The power of us together. Oof, I love thinking about that. Maria reminded me about the beautiful beginning, which she just shared with you, of our personal connection with Vital Voices. I had signed up to host a mentee, and she was a spectacular woman from Peru. She came to New York for a month, and I still have the scrapbook she made for me. The places we went, the people we met, our lives both deeply touched by the experience. And yes, Maria was part of that group. So many spectacular women. And she was, as you see her now, so alive and energetic, wide-eyed and vibrant and committed to make a difference in the world. And I am so grateful our paths would continue to cross over the years. And I am amazed how a smile and a wave can transcend and powerfully connect us over the years. And the delight I just said that I received when getting her invitation to be with you and to be with all of you and to witness how her energy is galvanizing for all of us now that she is in Miami. Hey, I am wearing my shirt. I just want to show. In the sports industry, and not until I became the president of the National Basketball Association, the WNBA, did I see other women in my work. But there was this unique woman I was fortunate to meet, who's my mentor, my sister, a soul sister. And I know many of you might have met her along the way because I think she was a guest last year. She's on the board of Vital Voices and the godmother and creator of Global Mentor Walks, and that is the remarkable Jerry Laybourne. It's amazing how busy women, all of us, right, can create to make time and place for others. And let's remember that while we need to say no, there is such magic in saying yes. And she has done that for me time and time again, and me for her. And to know that her work is work that impacts all of us, because we sit so comfortably, smiling, excited about the work that she's created today. I participated in the very first mentor walk in New York City and the second. And then we went to Washington, D.C., the power of women walking side by side, willing to share our secrets and our souls. Let us never underestimate the power of connection. No matter how deep we feel at that moment, if we're willing to give ourselves to each other, so many things can happen. Like me turning up here 13 years later to be with you, because of that spark of connection Maria and I felt so many years ago. Eventually, Vital Voices launched the Global Ambassador Program. One of the first destinations was India. It was always on my bucket list. And Jerry Laybourne and I both went as ambassador mentors to India. It was extraordinary. Sarika was my mentee. And I have to tell you that I am proud today to remain connected to her. And what a joy it is to sit beside every day, and to learn together. Yes, we walked in India, and that is where I met Haraya, the only women's cricket reporter in the country. And you can understand now about my background, why they connected a woman in sport in India with me. Matter of fact, she reached out just a couple of months ago. I think it has to do with the pandemic. We sit around and think a little bit more about who are the people impacted in our lives. And she shared with me the progress that she's made, the fact that she's now an international cricket sports reporter. I have to tell you the joy and power of the connections that walking side by side deliver. And you know what? They're long-lasting deliverables. And today you can choose to make it that way as well. You see, because the power of Jerry's vision of what you'll participate today motivated me even further. Because after leaving the WNBA and learning about how the world felt firsthand about strong women, about being on that leading edge of culture and commerce, I learned the good, I learned the bad, and I learned the ugly. And you know what? We all learn that. Probably all of those every day. And it's how we can respond to those things that help build our own internal force, our own strength of character. And it's what we share with others. And yet, happily, I have to tell you that forging these alliances that we have is one of the best antidotes for furthering our present and our future. And when women rise, we all know everyone rises. And we like to say in our organization, Generation W, when you elevate a woman, yes, you elevate us all. And so when I went home after leaving the WNBA, I'm up the road from you now. Though many of you are in Miami, I'm in North Florida, actually Jacksonville Beach. And I went home motivated to lift voices, right? Create opportunities for women. And I called it Generation W. Much like Maria's great work in Miami, it's about recognizing the power and influence of women and creating a space and opportunities to grow ourselves from the inside and the outside. Generation W was born in 2012, focused on educating, inspiring, connecting women and girls. And we are so proud to be celebrating our 10th anniversary now and our Global Thought Leadership event coming up on April 16th. And it is indeed my pleasure to invite all of you to celebrate with us. It will be virtual like today, but I can tell you the impact is heartfelt. Open minds and open hearts motivates us all to action. My life comes full circle as Generation W also created a very special program for teen girls. You see, I all believe that no matter how old we are still teen girls, maybe a little bit younger at heart. And we call that Generation WOW, our WOW girls. And Generation WOW is a year-round girl-focused leadership and mentorship program that connects the leaders of today with the leaders tomorrow in the spirit of the positive and the possible. And you know, to create that mentorship link, I went back to where I began, to my friend Jerry Laybourne, to where we all are today, to the Mentor Walk. And our signature event is called the Geraldine Mentor Walk. And thousands and thousands and thousands of girls and women walking beside them in cities like Jacksonville and Orlando and Louisville, Kentucky, have experienced the magic of what walking and talking can do, of caring and sharing, of being present and being a present for each other. The power of intergenerational connection. As I said, I am blessed to be with you, to share in the vision of We Empower, of Vital Voices, to have seen Maria at the beginning of her journey and to see her now full-fledged vibrancy in bringing us all together. We are all grateful to you, Maria. Thank you so much for bringing the promise of today, the one of being side by side, word by word, heart to heart. I urge all of you to enjoy and remember that today is a beginning. Every moment we share is a beginning for what can come if we're open for it. And let me close by offering you that celebratory invitation, and we'll send you some information to join us for our theme, Intentional. What can we be intentional about changing the world? Like today, what will we be talking about? Great stuff from great women. So celebrate with us on April 16th. And if you have teen girls, let us know. We've got wonderful programs that will elevate their spirits. Because at the end of the day, as I said, when you elevate a woman, you elevate us all. And we are all today part of the We Evolution. So let us all rise. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Donna, for your insightful and inspiring words. How do you feel, Tissy?
Oh, Donna, we are you. Oh, I'm speechless. First of all, and second of all, we are going to be there with you, the April 16th. But because I learned something from you and Geraldine, and that something is that the most important is to have a tribe, a community that hold your back, and that someone say, "I'll be there for you," as you did today with me, is priceless. So thank you, Donna, for taking the time and leave us your energy here today. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you very much, Donna. So we're going to continue. Are you ready, TC? Thank you, Donna, for being in Vital Voices Miami.
Please. We have an exceptional panel today of 3 mentors, beautiful local mentors from, okay, please, Lucia, introduce Claudia Rostagno, Desiree Ortiz, and Mariana Castro, because we want to learn from their insights, and that we want to hear from them what are the unique qualities that women bring to the table today and always.
And they are really strong. TC, we have now like you to welcome our guest speakers for our leadership panel. Join us today, we have Claudia Rostagno. Claudia is the Marketing and Communications Director at FedEx Latin America and the Caribbean. In her current role, Claudia is responsible for several key aspects of marketing for this region, including brand, digital marketing, operations, and communicator. Claudia started her career at FedEx in 1996 in Venezuela and continued her career in the US in 2003. She is chair of the Corporate Social Responsibility Board in the region for the 2nd year in a row. Claudia is also passionate about supporting the communities where FedEx operates and making a positive impact through volunteer work and continuous involvement. Good morning, Claudia.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be with all these amazing women today.
Thank you very much. Second, our next speaker for this leadership panel is Desiree Ortiz Rodriguez. She's the head of video collaboration for Logitech Latin America. She previously served as general director of Logitech in Mexico, and before that in Central America, the Caribbean, Colombia, Venezuela, and the export regions from Miami. She brings to Logitech more than 25 years of experience in companies such as InFocus, Talar Technologies, and NCR, among others. She was the first female president of the Sales and Marketing Executive Association of Puerto Rico and has won several leader awards. Her community work includes giving support to La Casa Amistad, Save the Children, and Susan Key Common Foundation. Hello, how are you, Desiree?
Hello, good morning. It's so great to be with you today. I'm so excited and so much looking forward to learning from all the women that are with us today. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much also for being here. And our third guest speaker for the leadership panel is Mariana Castro. She's the Sales, Marketing, and Operations Vice President of Microsoft Latin America. Mariana focuses on driving Microsoft business strategies, promoting digital transformation and artificial intelligence across the region. She has more than 25 years of experiences in Microsoft and works with more than 80,000 business partners across 21 countries. Mariana has a BA in Science and Information Technology and a Master's in Business Administration. She has won Microsoft Top Subsidiary Achievement Award and the Circle of Excellence President Award. Now that everyone has been introduced, we are going to start our leadership panel with one of the main questions. We'll be asking each of our guests one personalized question, and the next ones are going to be directed to the 3 of them. So let's start with Claudia. Claudia, our first question for you is, what role do you consider women's networking and the type of organizations having the development of a woman's career?
Thank you. Being part of a women's mentoring network, it has changed the way I think, the way I interact with other women. First of all, they provide with a safe space for all of us to be able to discuss things that we usually don't discuss in the business place. They allow us to be vulnerable without being judged. We can talk about topics such as flexibility, the flexibility that we need in the workplace. We can talk about all the different things that impact our gender, such as the gender pay gaps, and all the things that concern us as women. I think that there are three more things that are very important, which are things that really impact our development and our careers. The first one is this type of mentoring and networking organizations and events empower us. Hearing others' ideas, sharing our knowledge, sharing our challenges, empowers us as women and as professionals, and allow us to benchmark from each other's experiences. It also helps us develop confidence. We usually, as women, we rate ourselves a little bit lower than men. We tend to think that we're not as prepared when we go to specific jobs. So supporting each other, I don't know if it has happened to you, but we all usually we say we don't know we can do it, and their friends are the ones that push us and says, yes, of course you can do it, go for it. And those are the type of situations that absolutely you can get from this type of events and networking organizations. And the other thing is connection. It's so important to have that sense of belonging, to be part of a group and be part of organizations like this, because we can not only build business relationships, but we can also develop friendships, personal relationships, inspire each other, and also stimulate creativity when we have the right discussions and we talk about the things that we want to do, the goals that we want to accomplish. We really lift each other up, and we help each other up, and we push each other forward. So to me, these are very important organizations for all of us women.
Thank you, Claudia, very much. Yes, I believe in the same as you are talking about, because we need each other, we need the connection, we need the support, and we need to be safe in our workplace, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you very much, Claudia. Our next question is for Desiree. In your opinion, what was the most important thing you learned during this pandemic that certainly brought substantial changes to our world, and what do you think women can bring to the table?
I love this question, TC, and I was listening very closely to what Donna was saying and what Claudia just said, and they both mentioned something very important, the power of staying connected. And when I look back to this year, I think that one of the most important lessons has been the power of collaboration. You know, a year ago, we were ousted from our comfort zones. We went from one day to another to working from the office, to working from home, from the classroom to remote learning, and physically distanced for over a year now from our friends and family. And throughout that, we quickly embraced technology to help us stay connected. Many people on the call experiencing for the first time a video call. You know, Microsoft Teams, Zoom calls became household names. Together we collaborated to find solutions, to continue being productive, to continue learning. And through all of this, women on this call, not only big caregivers for your families and parents, but also a lot of women were on the forefront of the shoulder how to fight COVID as frontline health workers. I'm so grateful for all of you for doing this. Make women excellent caregivers, also make them great leaders. As we collaborated and stay connected, I saw those leadership skills shining from all of you. You know, women approach problems and situations by sharing ideas, by involving others in problem solving. We put the collective good before our own self-interest. We brought compassion, empathy, courage, skills that are attributes for a true reflection and reflection of leadership and action. So thank you for doing that. I'm delighted to be here with you today and see how we can do together.
Thank you very much. Desiree was an amazing answer and super inspiring too. And the next question is directed for Mariana. Mariana, from your perspective, we would like to know what roles does mentorship play in the growth and success of women's professional careers?
Well, thank you, Lucia. And first of all, thank you for having me here. It's an honor to be part of this panel, an honor to be part of this empowering women walk. I think that it's a fantastic thing to do, and it's a fantastic opportunity for everyone to learn. I'm convinced that everyone plays an important role when it's about empowering the success of women in every aspect of life, right? I believe also that women-to-women mentorship allows us not only to build a more robust ecosystem and of women leadership all around, but also to increase the collective achievements of this community, while at the same time we build this platform of women that can grow. I love the way that Donna mentioned and also Desiree just mentioned it right now, that is the power of connection. And I think that what brings the most is that power of connection. Through mentorship, we learn. We learn, and I always think that both parts learn, the mentee and the mentor. We just learn from each other, and that empowers each other. Through mentorship, we connect. Through mentorship, we build networks. And through mentorship, we grow, and we grow together. We have, at Microsoft, we have a different level of programs. So we have DG Girls, because we believe that it starts by empowering girls. We believe that making sure that we connect, that connecting girls between them and connecting two girls, we can help them think and empower them on the careers to come. We have a community of women. In fact, we have today like 11 women connected here as mentors. And we have a big community of women across Latin America and across the world that connect with each other. And one of my main learnings from this community of women has been that the amount of things that we can learn from each other, the amount of things that we can empower each other. And it's about creating a safe space where everyone can feel, where they can grow, where they can share, where they can come up with their doubts, questions, and what's next. I believe we learn from many, many ways, but probably mentorship is one of the most powerful ways of learning, because it not only helps us go through just the learning process, but it opens us to new possibilities and things that we have not thought before. So the power of sharing the experiences and sharing learnings from each other and eventually benefits the whole community. So again, it's fantastic to be here with all of you today, and I look forward to learning. I look forward to going through this experience and hopefully, supporting someone, but most of all, learning from someone. So thank you.
A lot about our work, our life, our way to work too. And now we have a question for the three of us. What do you think makes women unique for leadership roles? Haha.
Who goes? Who answers?
Whoever wants, go. Mariana, again? No?
Claudia, you go?
Claudia?
Yes, I can go. I think there are many, many things. Actually, the other day I was reading a study from Harvard Business Review that says that we excel in many leadership traits, like taking initiative, acting with resilience, practicing self-development, driving for results, and displaying honesty and integrity. I think that more than that, and I think that we excel in way more things than the ones that I mentioned, I think that we tend to have a more holistic and self-reflective view. We not only look at the task in hand, but we consider all the different implications of every action that we're going to take. we also tend to be more empathetic, nurturing. We're also very strong communicators, very assertive. And this all makes us really caring, compassionate, and conscious leaders for our teams. So I think that we have a very unique situation that we have to leverage. We have to support each other to be able to drive our teams to get the results that they need. Due to this COVID situation, I also know firsthand from the women in my team that we tend to react so much better to crisis situations. We drive the communications team, and through all the crises that we had at the beginning of the pandemic, you can see it. You can see how in control they are, how much they, like I said before, consider all the different aspects of a situation. And again, all the nurturing nature that we have comes immediately out.
Amazing. Yeah, we adapt better, right? Maybe women can adapt better for this kind of hard situation. And I have another interesting question about which was your worst mistake that you would never repeat? What did you learn from it? Because mistakes is a hard stuff, right? Huh? It's another topic.
I'll take that one. I think that,
Go,
looking
girl.
back.
You come back from mistakes?
We can. I mean, absolutely. I learn from mistakes every day. I think that, in my early stages in my career, I used to beat myself up all the time when I made a mistake. The saying, we can be our own worst enemies, right? And not to mention the fact that when a woman in a business environment makes a mistake, she is judged more harshly than men today. So I learned that when I was so critical about myself, it started to affect my confidence and me being able to move forward, And as the time went by, I learned that it wasn't the end of the world when I made a mistake. That making those mistakes made me a better professional and have become a source of strength and opportunities, and have helped me in my decision process as I also have to take risk. And as a leader, it's really helped me in creating an environment where Mariana, I think, mentioned that you create a safe environment where your team feels free to raise their hand, bring up a mistake, share the lessons learned. So my advice, for everyone is always, mistakes or failures are always bound to happen. And it's really what marks the difference is really how we respond to those mistakes. Not saying that we don't take ownership. Absolutely, we take ownership, but we learn from them and we have to quickly recover and move forward.
Yes, you are super right. Thank you very much for your wisdom answer. And I have another interesting topic too. How do you collaborate to get access to equal opportunities and decision-making roles for other women in your company? Mariana?
Okay, maybe that's for me now.
Yes.
Desiree took the mistake one because I make mistakes every day. So it's like I have buckets of mistakes.
Yes, we all do.
So I think that, I think that, and I mentioned a little bit about this before, we have network of women internally, but I always think that that empowering women is not just about women. Empowering women, it's about making sure that we raise awareness across the organization. Number one, of why this is important. It is important because eventually at any company, we're representing a market, and a market is 50% women. So the first thing is why this is important, and we need to raise that awareness. Second is it's about the safe environment. It's about helping everyone create these safe environments. It's about creating that awareness of inclusion. Of how do you include women in conversations? How do you make sure that they can collaborate the same? Women, and depends also a lot on the cultures, but women not always pick up the most. I had the opportunity to work in Japan for 3 years.
Wow.
In Japan, women will sit in the back of the room and would not speak up unless they are asked a question. So it depends also on the culture, but making sure that we can, make that space for every woman to speak up. And probably the most important of all, and I always say this about diversity and inclusion, I think that diversity is a given. We're all diverse. We just show up in these 4 little boxes. We're already different and unique, each one of us. Inclusion is a super hard job.
Yes.
And we need to work on that every single day. And it's everyone's responsibility. It's not just us as women in my organization. It's like every leader in the organization, making sure that they understand, that they are empowered, that they are aware, that they understand, when to say, I don't know how to do this. And so all of this is important. So creating that across the organization probably is the most important one for me.
It's a challenge, right? Thank you, Mariana. It's a big challenge. And I have another interesting question too. What is the thing that you are most proud of when you look back at the path you have traveled? And also, what are your goals towards the future? Any of you?
I can go. No. You want me to go? Probably the thing that I'm the most proud of is of taking chances.
Yes.
I'm the most proud of taking chances. I'm the most proud that, when I was, when I got the first opportunity to have an interview for a job, I said, yeah, of course, why not? I was studying for a test and I was dressed my worst because I was in my lucky T-shirt and my beach pants, and I was just walking around, and this person told me, oh, would you interview? And I said, yes, of course. And I interviewed and I took chances. And when I said I want to work abroad and have opportunities across the world, and they said Japan, I said, well, why not? And I took the chance. And and I think that ability of taking chances and being open to learn different experiences and different things, that's what makes me the most proud. And as I look forward, I think that I don't know what's going to come, but I know that that whatever it is, I will be taking that opportunity.
Yes.
And I want to hear from the other ladies too.
Yes.
I completely agree with Mariana. I think that the thing that I'm most proud of myself is courage. Not being afraid of trying new things, like Mariana said, not being afraid to ask for what I want. Sometimes we don't ask for what we want. We don't ask for help. I also think that courage helped me not be afraid of making mistakes. And we only learn from the things that go wrong. We only learn when we make a mistake. We learn not to do it again. We learn from the failures that we have. I also would think that another thing that I'm proud is that I'm always focused on my development and my growth. I think that we cannot rest, and we have to continue challenging ourselves to become better persons and better professionals every day. In terms of the future, I see the future as a wonderful display of possibilities for each of us. I think that with everything that has happened in this past year, my perspective has changed. I think that we have to take advantage of every day, live in a very intentional way. From what Mariana mentioned about inclusion, I think that inclusion has to be intentional. We have to make it very clear and very top of mind that we have to practice that inclusion and just live intentionally in every aspect, not only with inclusion, but in everything that we do. Set our intentions for the day, be very clear about our goals, and just work every day.
Amazing answer.
And I think adding to Mariana and to Claudia, beyond chances and courage, I'm most proud of always of living to my own values, right? Of those simple things that, are so important regardless of what you do in life, which is what your parents teach you, right? To do good to others, to be truthful to yourself, to help others, to lead by your own example, to prepare yourself, to not expect respect that is not earned, and to follow your passion. It's again, not fearing making mistakes. And I also look forward to a future where, it's full of optimism, that a future that we take everything that we learned this year and we continue putting it into action, and we continue together as women, helping other women, coming together as one and guiding them through that path. So as Mariana said, diversity, it's easy, but it's really when we enter, topics like inclusion, like equity, where we need to come together and we can make the difference.
Thank you very much. Such an inspiring word from all of you. And now our last question is about if there was one single thing you wish you would have known before starting your professional career, what would that be? And what would you tell all young aspiring leader women here today?
I can start.
Yes,
I
please
think
go.
that I wish I knew very early on that I am the one in control of my career. I think that we tend to leave a lot of things to chances, a lot of things depending on other people to give us the opportunities, and we have to create those opportunities for ourselves. We have to focus on learning who we are and what we want, because the only way to move forward is to know where we stand today. If you know your values, if you know who you are, where you want to go, it's the only way for you to draw that path forward. So that would be my recommendation to all young aspiring leader women. Get to know where you want to go and what you want to do with your career. For me, it's about impact. So how can you reach people? How can you move your career forward towards the goals that you have? So know where you are, ask people around you how they see you and where they see you in the future. And after that assessment, just set your goals and take control of your career. To me, that will be the number one advice.
Thank you very much.
I love that. Go, Desiree.
I would add that, I love what you said, Claudia, also, and I would add that it's so important throughout every stage in your career to really look for opportunities like this one, where you're either a mentee or a mentor, to look for sponsors throughout all the years, and because that is going to help you so much, not only in terms of providing guidance, but in my case, for example, it's helped a lot as a sounding board, especially when I have to make, difficult decisions. It's good to have a mentor, a sponsor that you can talk to. And finally, I think that we've talked a lot about connection. It's networking, it's staying curious, being bold, staying relevant, getting out of your comfort zone, and communicating with intent and clarity. What is it that you expect? And so many times I meet with women that know what they want, but when it comes time to clearly communicate it, that's where, there's obstacles on the way and frustration comes about. So, be bold, be curious, communicate.
Thank you so much for this, Claudia, Desiree, and Mariana. Please stay with us in the Zoom conference so that you can participate in our mentoring activity later. Okay, so this is the end of our YouTube screening of the event. So it was an honor to have all of your voices, all your discussions, your answers. Everything was so inspiring for us. So thank you very much for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lucia. Thank you. Thank you for the fantastic words.
Thank you so much. Okay, also now this is the end of our YouTube screening event. So now you have to close the browser, the navigator, and head back to our Zoom platform for the second part of today's schedule. So we're waiting for you at Zoom. Okay, we will now proceed to the main activity of this event, our mentor-mentee time. The main objective of this activity is to connect with your mentor or mentee and share experiences and knowledge. This is the beginning, and we hope this is the beginning of a long-lasting relationship. No, Tizzy?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
I was eager to say that. Thank you for that amazing panel.
Wow.
I was taking notes, everything, every word that Desiree, Claudia, Mariana shared with us. Wow. Thank you very much for your wisdom. So yes, absolutely. This is a time when we are going to connect mentor-mentees, and there's going to be a little masterminds as well, because there's a lot of women fans. And so please, tell us how we proceed.
Okay, I'm going to do the instructions. You will be redirected to the breakout room. There could be cases where there's more than one mentee with a mentor, and others where there will be a peer-to-peer mentoring. As magic happens, don't be surprised if you find yourself in a big group. This means you got to a mastermind room, a different yet great opportunity. We have a formidable group of corporate executive and successful entrepreneur mentors and all ages mentees from Miami-Dade College, Blackstone, and other great universities. Now, this information is very important. If you don't see the invitation sign on your screen when others do, please don't worry. Maybe you pre-assign a mentor or mentee couldn't join us today. So please take a 5-minute bio break and we will find you a new partner right away. If you find the invitation to the room, please accept it and join your partner. Take a 2-minute bio break before starting the activity and relax to prepare yourself. After that, use the entire hour to talk about your personal and professional experiences. Seize the time and don't forget to share some contact information so that you can continue growing together after this event. Maybe we will be sending you a message 20 minutes before the end of the hour to let you know it's time to discuss your action plan and when and how often you will meet again. Then we'll contact you 5 minutes before going back here for your start wrapping up the conversation. Okay, so right now, some of you should be receiving the invitation to breakout room. So please accept it, and if you are waiting, please wait 1 minute more. We will meet here again at 11:50 for a closing exercise and final words with Tizzy. So good luck for everyone.
So
are you ready,
this is the
Tizzy?
moment when everybody is going to receive the invitation.
Yes, so please.
And you're going to accept it, and you are going to have 60 minutes each other, mentor, mentee, masterminds, group of women. So please enjoy yourself, and we are going to be waiting for you right here in 60 minutes for the closing. We are aware that we are a little behind schedule, but we are going to do a pretty short close, so you have your time, your Saturday time.
And Tizzy, can you tell me about your first experience in Vital Voices? I would like to know more about your experience, Tizzy, in this mentor-mentee activity. It's amazing.
What, Lucia?
Yes.
I wrote a book. So
I know. Please
so
talk about
everybody the book. So yes, it changed my life. It was a changing transformation experience. So that's why for the last 13 years of my life, I'm very committed to empower women and to make these kind of gatherings for everybody to ignite and lift their spirit of empowerment and pay it forward. So, yes.
And what was the best advice that you received? Oh, we're ready?
There's this is something that happens every year, not virtually, of course, to connect a specialist mentor with mentees. So we have 50 rooms.
Wow.
50 rooms for mentors. Yes, a lot of people is here right now. Yes. So the group is assigning to each mentor a mentee. So that's what is happening right now. That's why you are not receiving the invitation for the waiting for the breakup room.
Wait a few minutes. Yes.
Let's do something.
Okay.
Because let's do something. Give a 2 minutes bio break.
Okay.
To everybody. I don't know what about you, but I need to go to a PP room.
Okay.
So
I'm going
2 minutes bio break.
Okay, I'm going to retouch my makeup.
And let's come back.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's come back. Yes.
Okay.
So